It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
A suspected lawnmower thief in Texas mowed victims' yards before stealing their mower. Security footage captured outside the Port Arthur home shows the suspect taking the mower from the home, filling it with gasoline, mowing both the front and back yards before leaving the property with the mower.
I don't know.
That sounds like the most polite thief ever. Maybe he was just borrowing the mower.
I dislike mowing my yard so much. Maybe I'd be okay with that.
Especially if he paid for the gas.
Yeah.
You take the mower.
Port Arthur police said responding officers saw the suspect running away from the home while dragging the lawnmower. He reportedly abandoned the lawnmower in an alley and evaded police.
Weird.
They have since identified the suspect as Marcus Hubbard and are asking for the public's help in locating him.
How's his old mother doing?
I don't know.
Mother Hubbard.
Hubbard was bare, I know that.
This almost sounds like that he was supposed to do this. I don't know. It just seems weird. Why would he?
This is weird.
Very, very weird.
Wild stuff. But I don't know. I'd probably, could you do that every Saturday at my house, please? Steal the mower. Now, Pat, I understand you have a tribute.
I'll fix lawnmowers.
Is it Billy Bob?
It might be Billy Bob.
Sling blade?
Your grass will get cut tomorrow. When I steal your lawnmower tomorrow, that'll be fun. I'll come in the night tomorrow, break into your garage, take the lawnmower, cut it once and we're done.
I got a question.
Sling blade or Tom Waits?
Doing my best here, fellas. Just let me get through it.
Is this really happening?
I was told to do it.
This was your idea, wasn't it, Tom?
I noticed your grass.
Did it start out like this when this whole idea came up? This will be funny. Did he say that? Please tell me he said that.
He said.
Sounds like it.
That's what he said.
Just try to get through it.
Now do Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's fun.
I noticed your grass was tall and wavy. I just stick out my chin, I messed up. I stick out my chin and grin and say, lawnmower, I stole your lawnmower. It's only a blade. Some folks call it a sling blade. I call it a guy's blade. All right, we're done. My throat is sore.
Yeah, oh boy. Well done. All right.
Boy, oh boy.
Good job, Pat.
Is there any better scene, though, when he goes over to Dwight Yoakam and he goes, how do you call 911? And Dwight goes, well, you hit the 9, then you hit the 1 on the phone, then you hit the 1. Why do you need to call 911? He goes, I'm going to hit you in the head with this blade. And Dwight goes, all right, don't make a mess.
Boy.
Wow.
Well, Dwight is as evil as anybody.
Oh, he's the worst. He's the worst.
I love the scene where they can't get the mower to work, and he goes, did you put gasoline in it?
So this is what you took away from the story. You saw a lawnmower, thought of a blade, thought of sling blade.
Of course.
That's all true.
Of course.
I got a text about 7 o'clock.
I don't like walking the terrifying trails of Tom's logic.
It's a slippery slope, Josh.
It is. It's frightening.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, as I live and breathe.
It's comedian Greg Warren joining us.
My little buddy.
Hey, Greg, give us your best sling blade.
French fried taters.
Very good.
I never saw the movie.
You never saw it?
But you went to plenty of open mics?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd like the movie, Greg. It's great.
All right, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right, that sounds nice. You know, your voice is right next to Robert Romanus anyway. It's amazing. That's why you do.
I mean, Chick, I know what I look like.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Hey, Rat, show them how you stand up in the water.
What is that? That's brilliant.
It's dead on. I feel like I'm watching the movie. Greg Warren is our guest. Now, what is our topic today?
I want to talk about the history of miniature golf.
Yes.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. Now, right off the bat, I read this passage. It said, true origins have been hotly debated by historians for years. If that's the case, it's pathetic. William, you're a fraud. You're a fraud. The Chinese had nothing to do with goofy golf.
Goofy golf.
Tom is on record as saying the putt-putt courses are okay, but the rogue out in the actual using ground, if you will, in grass, adventure golf. That's what Tom.
I like adventure golf.
Yeah.
The ones where they have the pirates in the cave.
Oh, yeah.
They talk to you when you go by.
Wonderful.
Yes, Tom, I was just in Myrtle Beach. That's there's 50 of those.
Oh, that's
there.
a mecca of miniature golf.
They're wonderful. The first course that I can really see is the ladies putting club next to the St. Andrews course in Scotland. Get this. It was in 1867. Back in the day, it was unfeminine to swing the golf club above your head. So they developed the ladies putting club. Now, that was unfeminine. Now, I bet there were places where you could see women do that, that like sort of a precursor to the strip clubs of today. Hey, Angus, the lassies are hitting 9 irons over at Swing 'em High size.
Interesting that would be considered unfeminine, but men wearing skirts was as masculine as it got.
Wow. Yeah, nailed it.
In the first course in the U.S., 1919, a guy named James Barber in Pinehurst, North Carolina. He had some people build a course for him in his garden, and it was called Thistle Dew. That's the word thistle and D-U-D.
That's a fun pun.
Yeah, at the end, I guess, when it got done, he said, this'll do. Yeah. And he goes, this'll do. Now, I guess he built a course the year before, and it didn't work out. It was apparently they had sort of vouchers for pizza or something. It was called the pizza, and then the word chit.
So you would turn in your chit.
Yes.
And get a piece of pizza.
A chit is like a ticket.
Right. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like your receipt.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you got a hole in one in the last hole, you'd get the chit. And then
it didn't. Yeah, when they got done building this one, that's what he called it. He calls it pizza chit. I don't know.
I don't know why that didn't.
What'd you call me?
Yeah. 1922, Thomas Fairburn developed the first artificial putting green. It was made from green dye and cottonseed hull, and things started to take off then. In 1926, there were 125 mini golf courses on the rooftops of skyscrapers.
Cool.
Pretty cool. Isn't that neat? Yeah. And then 1929, this is when things got going. Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's a guy named what's his name? Garnett Carter. He had a hotel called the Fairyland Inn. It was, of course, fairy tale themed, and he wanted to build an attraction to get people to stay there. And he built a Tom Thumb golf course. That was the first public mini golf course in the U.S., and people flocked. It was like each hole was for a different fairy tale, and they had like animal heads for the, you had hidden in the animal heads. It was like a Cinderella hole, a Little Miss Muffet hole, Red Riding Hood hole. There was a Goodfellas hole, I think.
Oh, really? That's
Faces of Death 5 hole. I think.
That must have been, yeah. Quite gory. Yeah.
So on one of those holes, you had to hit it into Cinderella's hole to.
Let Greg handle the comedy.
Oh, okay.
And Miss Muffet's Tuffet, if you will.
That would have been funnier.
The Goodfellas hole. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a putt-putter.
You know what?
Give me the putter, Karen.
Out of respect.
How's it feel now, Karen? Putt-putt went crazy in 1930. Putt-putt was a big deal. There was gimmicks back then. In L.A., you had to putt through a bear cage, and they trained the bear to sort of swipe at the golf balls. They
What?
Yes. Yeah.
They had a real bear?
They had a real bear, and they dipped the golf balls in like fish oil or something.
Oh my gosh!
So the bear, and then there was this other course where like they had a trained monkey that would come out and steal your golf ball.
That's a good time.
How is that not fun? How is that not fun?
All fun and games until a drunk patron beat the monkey to death with his club.
Why is the monkey wearing so much?
I paid for this. This is my favorite quote. Now, again, this is a different time. The LA Times reported in the 30s that putting seemed to come natural to women because they wielded a broom every day.
Oh, sure.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Smart thing to say.
Hang on.
Why don't you?
I didn't say it.
Nope.
Wow.
He's just reporting.
You're just perpetuating it.
And then the church got mad. The church came down on mini golf. They said it was the work of the devil, and even Will Rogers said that there were millions of people picking up putters, and they should be picking up shovels or some kind of garbage like that. They came. Yeah. So it sort of died down after the Depression during the war. And then in 1953, Tom mentioned a guy named Don Clayton trademarked the putt-putt brand. And Don was a purist. He didn't like all the gimmicks and the windmills and the bears and the monkeys and the pirates. He wanted just a straight. You guys have seen them, those like orange, I think, putt-putt courses.
Putt-putt
just straight.
for the fun of it, sure.
Yeah, it was like most were par 2 holes, and if you hit it right, you could get an ace on the hole. And that became very popular. However, in 1955, my man Al Lama from Lama Enterprises, he was like, "Screw Don, we're going back to the windmills," and he took it to another level, like twisting statues and stuff like that.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it got in the 1960s, mini golfers could win as much as Jack Nicklaus could.
Wow.
It was on TV when Chick and I were kids. I remember it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was Sunday mornings, I think. Christy.
Yeah, Billy Packer from college basketball announcing. He was. He did all.
Really?
He did all the putt.
I would have thought Billy Barty, maybe.
Billy
A
Packer,
small man joke.
a shorter
It's
guy.
really reference, actually, not a.
He just called it golf. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of small men, they did have little people. There was some sort of little people troupe that were good at mini golf, and they went around to the mini golf courses and sang.
Wow. We represent the Mini Golf Guild. The Mini Golf Guild.
Okay,
the
that's
Mini Golf
silly.
Guild.
I'd like to see that.
By the way, one of the toughest unions ever. Those guys were.
I was in Myrtle Beach last week. Like I said, there's 50 there. That's where the Masters of mini golf is still played.
Oh,
the Hawaiian Rumble course, and I played it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
How was it?
Yeah, I didn't do so well. It was kind of like a real golf course in that there were a lot of like weird lies and hills and stuff like that. It was not. There's a volcano that erupts, but other than that, not a lot of.
Was it
gimmicks.
artificial turf?
Man, I think it was, Tom.
You mentioned
Because I got tossed out of a miniature golf place.
Oh, no.
Why is that?
It was artificial turf. I'd go up to each hole, yank a few of the turf hairs out, throw them up, and see which way the wind was blowing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got to. I mean, you got to measure.
Yeah, and then I tried to replace my divot, but it's hard to stick those things back in and glue them
Yeah,
on.
you need a needle.
I'm sorry.
Greg, did they have the windmills and the other malarkey at this place, or was this sort of a straight mini golf place?
The course itself, good question, Willie. The course itself was pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Right.
Other than there was weird like hills and stuff like that, but no, there wasn't any garbage other than that volcano erupting every now and then.
Nice.
But they did have parrots when you walked in.
Oh.
Yeah, they had parrots. Yeah.
Would they mock you? Mark, look at this guy, Mark.
I think that is what that guy was saying.
Right. Cauliflower ear. Right.
What?
He knew how to say it.
He did. Yeah. And, I mean, but if you want all the, the malarkey, Willie, there's plenty of that down in Myrtle Beach. We played a spyglass course earlier in the week, and the pirates were shooting cannons.
Oh boy,
very distracting.
Yeah, fellas, please. I'm trying to play here.
Now, the one in Petoskey, Michigan that I like, when the pirates talk to you when you go by that cave.
Yeah, Pirates Cove.
Yeah, they go, "Ah." They start saying stuff.
Oh, really?
Shiver my timbers.
Oh yeah,
All that pirate stuff.
Are they real people or are they robots?
Little robots.
I think they're
Little
robots.
robots?
I like to
No,
think
they're little people that they just stand there.
that'd be a great
There might
summer.
be some kids.
So these were the
That'd be a great summer job. They lock you in a cave and okay, hi kids, we're shiver my timbers. Is it break time yet?
How is that not some dumb kid's job, huh?
There's comedian Reno Collier joining
Yeah,
us.
there he is.
Save us, Reno.
Reno, now I'm confused. You just did your Grand Ole Opry show?
I just did Saturday night. Yeah. It was freaking awesome, man. It was so much fun.
All right. Well, very, very good.
Yeah.
And
it was great, man.
And did
LV Shane.
Did they say anything nice to you as you were leaving? The folks that run that, did they say, "Hey, we'll see you again soon"? Or
we don't validate.
They asked for my number.
They did. They were like, "Can you call Josh?" And we want to. Yeah, it was nice. They're always so, dude. It's like being in a different world. They're so nice to you. Like it reminds me of how people used to treat Cable Guy when I was out. Not me, but Cable Guy. Like they're just so sweet. Like great job. It was fantastic. And the people, it's the greatest thing, dude. And I got to talk to the other, like LV Shane was on there, who I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he is fantastic. And
Cool.
Mark Wills. And it takes me back in time. It makes me feel like, it just makes me think about all the people that got to stand in that circle. It's really cool.
Christy Lee is at the news desk. We're going to go through a couple of stories here, Reno. Feel free to chime in. What have you got over there, Christy?
Anheuser-Busch is producing a popular Ukrainian beer in Belgium as part of a relief initiative.
Oh.
The brewing giant
That's cool.
had halted production of the Chernigivsky Lager and other beers at its 3 breweries in Ukraine after Russia, of course, invaded in February. The Ukrainian beer is now being produced in Belgium with plans to distribute globally within the next 3 weeks. All profits made from global sales will go to humanitarian relief in Ukraine.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Attention, weed growers, step up. Right?
You ever had Belgium beer from Belgium?
Nope.
All it tastes like waffles. It's weird.
Does it?
Yeah.
So when you just now,
Belgian waffles, you see,
you
is
just
the joke there.
hi, welcome to the first episode of What Were You Thinking? I'm Chick McGee. Our guest this morning is
Hey, happy to be here.
Josh Arnold. Josh, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So you opted to
Now-
deliver that with kind of a solemn...
Now, we were talking about Belgium and beer.
Right.
And, you asked us what question now?
Have you ever had beer from Belgium?
Yeah, and in your...
It all tastes like waffles.
That was your comedic answer to that question.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, what were you thinking?
Well,
Did you debate how you were going to deliver it? I mean, because this is a story about Ukraine and the tragedies going on there, and the Chernigivsky lagers being now produced in Belgium, and wherever they sell it, they're going to be raising funds for the.
of course, yeah.
And then you thought, okay, have you ever had Belgian beer? Then
So
what?
I thought a light joke would help lighten up sort of the tone there.
Let me ask
Very
you this.
serious situation.
But you
right?
delivered it was with such sincerity that we all thought you were serious.
Well, sometimes commitment to the bit is key.
Well, that's why my question would actually...
The weaker the joke, the better the acting.
Add on the time. Any thought at all to the Eddie Murphy waffle line from Shrek, delivering it that way?
Oh, no, I would
No.
never do that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No,
You
he-
wouldn't think that at least saved a little bit of it.
Well, no. I think people would know that I was appropriating it, and it would be no good.
What if you get it really good? What if you go, I'm making waffles?
See, that's what Chick is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he wants you to do.
So that seems like it's a no from the fellas then.
Yeah, no. Sir, the show you're hosting, why is the crew chiming in?
This is my podcast. And
Okay.
Back to you, Tom.
I said I'm not just a key grip. I'm coming in loose, okay? And I came in a little loose. I said, I'm making waffles. Christy loved it. She smiled.
Of course.
Do you feel, as the host of this podcast, that this bit has run out of steam?
Yes, I think so. Absolutely. And,
I'm reading ahead.
join us tomorrow. We'll have Tom on the show asking what he was thinking when he hired Chick.
I'm trying to think of what if
what
one of the pot growers and pot distributors would come out with a pro, Ukraine pot. I don't have an answer for this. What would they call it?
I mean, Ukraine Kush is right there. It's got the double K sound.
Kiev Kush?
Kiev Kush, yeah, that's
Kiev
it.
Kush.
Kiev.
Perhaps we
Kiev
could put
Kush.
this topic on a back burner, so to speak. And
wait.
talk about it. Oh, no.
Kiev.
What about in the case of a war?
Into case of a war?
Indica.
Ace of a war.
In the case of a... Well, it's as good as waffle or whatever.
No,
No,
it's not.
Hi, welcome. Reno's our guest this week on What Were You Thinking? Reno, let me ask you something.
And then what's the show called again?
What were you thinking?
Okay, who's your guest?
Reno.
Okay, what's the topic?
Yeah, what were you thinking when you said yes to being on our show? Were you thinking it was going to be better or... No,
Authorities in Switzerland report over 1,000
Here we go.
pounds of cocaine's been discovered in a shipment of coffee beans.
You ever had Swiss Coke? It all smells like cheese.
No, it's a little chocolatey, isn't it?
So I'm sorry. So there's cocaine. What is it again?
Cocaine in a shipment of coffee beans. The co-
Tastes like waffles. See? There.
I liked it.
Now, the laughter's based on a reference, not an original thought.
Police say that the coffee company alerted officials to the discovery at its facility in the town of Romont. Early indications were that the shipment arrived by sea from Brazil before it was loaded onto a train and delivered to the Romont warehouse. According to police, the cocaine seized has an 80% degree of purity.
Oh.
Market value estimated at more than $50 million.
Oh, that's quite a number.
Apparently, the
He never
narcotics
has two snorts at home.
were destined for the European market.
Is that a thing, Jim?
Yeah. It's a U-band.
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 Reno.
U-band.
Reno loves it.
I had the decaf cocaine, but I gotta say I'm a little jittery.
Yeah.
It's hard to get all that
I got that cup that I walk around with that says, "Don't talk to me till I've had my first blast of blow."
My first bump.
Man.
Could have gone with bump.
What is the word? I don't know.
Bump,
Sorry.
line, key.
A couple in California returned home to a scene out of a Hitchcock film. KRCR.
TV news. What is it?
KRCR
Okay.
You're not going to do anything?
I just said news. What is it?
reported that
KRCR.
The Rocker.
What do you want?
Kirkrook.
Well, there's no way we
wants
can get
Kirkrook is what he
we
wants.
can't get a woman's body part out of this.
reported
KRCR.
that Gary and Patty Riedemeyer were returning from a trip when they discovered their Reading home was filled with birds.
How will everybody say about the
Scared the hell out of me.
Get the fader way up.
Look at him laugh like a maniac.
Is there any way we can reel you in?
I've been waiting for 5 hours. 5 hours to pull the trigger on that
Gary
one.
said there were birds flying everywhere. I mean, it was crazy. We were ducking and dodging.
Duck.
The couple called in a restoration company to help clear up the house.
Dip and a dive.
The company has been working since the April 22nd invasion, with the owner describing the situation as apocalyptic. When the station asked why the birds took over the house, Mr. Williams said, quote, "I'm curious if there was a weather event or something that startled them into flying through the chimney." They must be chimney sweeps, because they will, or
I don't know.
sweeps, whatever it's called.
Is it a chimney sweep, a human being that...
Well,
Sweeps the chimney?
Yeah, that was a little British
chimney
guy covering
swips.
dust.
There are
Okay.
birds
Yeah,
that
swifts,
live
yes.
in your chimneys. They do live in your chimney, yeah.
So there are hundreds of birds in their house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wear a hat if you go inside.
I'll say.
Oh, that is horrifying.
Yeah. Ugh.
How do you get them all out? I've had one bird in my house. That was hard enough.
Tennis
but,
rackets.
Poison.
Open all the windows and all the doors, I
You use
guess.
tennis racket, you can get a birdie. Thank you very much.
BB
Use a golf club.
Hi, Josh. Josh is returning to What Were You Thinking? Tennis racket and a
He was
birdie.
thinking golf club.
Yeah,
And
I
he said tennis racket.
What about
Sometimes we make
badminton?
mistakes.
Badminton?
Mistakes are made.
Reno, good luck, sir.
Yes, sir.
We will talk to you again soon.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for listening, Reno.
Hey, good luck to you, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Whatever you're
Time
doing.
caller, long time listener.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.